I do. I mean, Arpika is still sticking with that 93R, like you said. I mean, Drax, I don't know if he even plays SA-12. He's been rocking the shack through and through every single game. But on the side
Yeah.
of Ape Squad, we'll have to see what they pick going into this match. I think we're going to be seeing a little bit of a long range option from the heavy. But like you said, I do think that 93R, because of under construction, is still a great pick.
Yeah, and the Revo, I think, is just, I mean, he's making it work on every single map. So
Yeah.
Krieger, though, I just want to shout out, has a crazy beam with that FCAR. I love that gun. I wish I could shoot that well with it, because when I use it, I feel like it's not a great gun, but Krieger makes that gun look amazing. So we'll see how it goes here as Vanguards end up getting that high ground as soon as possible. Red Fox going to do a little bit of an invis scout out here as he's taking an off angle, and his team pads up on the other side of under construction here. And both teams just trying to scout each other out. Arpika end up getting that high ground up on that crane, getting big damage off to Krieger there. Krieger's going to have to drop and play his life here for just a moment, but they do know where Arpika is now. Drax is trying to look for Krieger to come back up. He is kind of separated from his team. They hear him coming up that zip. A little bit of damage coming out. Look at Manda, though, rocking that heal ball. A huge winch coming out in that dome shield. Ends up taking out Drax, but he goes down himself as well from the Revo. Krieger immediately getting that defib off, though, as fast as he can. And they're wiping Vanguard off in this first fight now. Big plays from Ape Squad.
Yeah, I think this is a great fight for both teams, recognizing they want to take the high ground, controlled map, line of sight. I do also want to note that one red barrel has already been shot at a crane, so it's only, I believe, one more red barrel to get knocked down and taken out of this match. And that's going to be a great advantage position that Vanguard, if it gets plugged into A, does not want to see utilized. They want to take that down as fast as possible or take control of crane, because as soon as you do, it just offers so much advantage on this under construction area. We're going to be padding back up. They still have plenty of time to set up, but Vanguard can make their approach, break that pad. Great usage to break that pad. Great foresight as well as we break into this first fight on this cash out.
Yeah, and it looked like a little bit of a gas barrel coming in there too, getting a little bit of poke damage off as well. Krieger doing a really good job holding down that high ground with the crane, getting some poke damage in as Vanguard is trying to rotate around, trying to find their entry into the fight here. They do still have that DMAT though, but he has to wait for that pad to come off a cooldown there. They might be able to get a DMAT pad play in. Red Fox trying to reposition up a little bit with that invis there, trying to keep as much information as possible for his team. Ape Squad doing a really good job kiting around. They know they don't have to be too aggro right now as they still have control of this box. Vanguard is going to opt to DMAT this down, though, but huge damage coming out of Krieger there. Drax almost ends up going down to that F-car, so Vanguard's going to be slowed down a little bit more again, but Manda ends up taking out Arpika on that off angle as well. Now it's a 3v2. Vanguard's going to try to get height here, and Ape Squad is on the offensive as they're running them down, trying to secure these kills. Big winch coming out from Manda onto Drax, and Executor is going to follow. Ape Squad keeping control at this point.
Yeah, and the crane has not been taken down yet. I love the utility that Krieger Blue sat up there, getting some great beams, and then rotated back down, changing things up drastically, rotated right on top of them as they sat on that corner, waiting for their light to reposition on the side of Vanguard, and just was able to play to their, I mean, they just didn't expect it, honestly. They didn't expect those off angles from Krieger.
Yeah, he's doing a great job marking them and trying to make sure that he always keeps as much line of sight on them as possible as they're trying to find a way into this point here. Breaking this pad again as they're trying to set up. Big plays from Krieger. Not a lot of time left on this point. Vanguard's got to get in there immediately. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to take this. But Arpika and Executor both taking lots of damage. Krieger Blue with the beams coming out of the F-car on this off angle, still doing so much damage to all three of Vanguard. Ends up shooting that gas barrel as he knows where Executor is sitting, but he ends up getting healed up by Arpika, and Manda and Red Fox end up going down on the other side, but Krieger's going to get this bib up, and huge damage coming out of Arpika behind him with the 93R, but is he going to be able to make it out? But no, he's not with that F-car from Krieger, but the rest of Vanguard was able to get each other back up on those reses. And Krieger does end up going down, but Ape Squad does take that first cash out on under construction.
I do believe Vanguard just gonna be sitting back up, just posturing, ready to plug to see. I mean, the situation is based, there's no time to get to hospital. We just got to plug this box, hold our defense, and just posture up on this high ground. I mean, this is a beautiful, sunny day, foggy day in Seoul, honestly. But Red Fox going up with Ape Squad as they take out Drax with such confidence. Now moving in towards the last two remaining players. We see the TP go back from Executor, and now he's jumping up from the off angle. Arpika now gonna have to drop down himself. The flip is gonna come out from Ape Squad. They're gonna get control of this under construction, but Red Fox may be in a bad situation himself, almost get taken out. Luckily, 1 HP essentially. But it's gonna take too many shots for that revo. That's the one unfortunate thing. You need to hit a headshot on a light. It feels so bad getting him down to 1 HP.
Yep, unfortunately, 2 shots to the body is not enough with that revo on a light there. Like you said, you gotta hit the headshot, otherwise it's gonna be 3 shots. But Arpika is gonna be getting his health back right now as Vanguard is recovering, trying to get back into this fight. But there's already almost half of this cash box done here as Ape Squad still has control. And the Invis Bob coming out of Red Fox onto Manda and himself as well, getting them a little bit more information as they rotate around. Manda sitting on this heal ball and his shack there, getting ready to get a lot of brawl damage out as Red Fox and Krieger are taking this high ground on the crane. Manda is by himself though, which I think is why he's using that heal ball there, so he can confidently play kind of by himself. With that APS coming out, the winch from Manda does connect and ends up getting to stall that point and getting it up onto the second point of that room. Now Vanguard's gonna have to demat it down again, which they do. And they're gonna have to win here, but now they don't have the APS to play for him. Huge damage coming out of Ape Squad with the shack and that F-car there just beaming onto the... Oh, long-range RPG not quite connecting through the doorway as he knows Executor's getting that res in there. But they know they don't really have to push into this as they still have control of this point. Vanguard's going to have to make their way back up under construction here. And this is a deathly pad to try to take into all 3 of Ape Squad, as there is coming up here on not enough time to take this box. And they end up opting for the wipe here as Ape Squad takes under construction on Seoul.
Yeah, now we're going to be tied up going back to back. I mean, we saw the long-range dominance come from Vanguard on Monaco, but Seoul, I mean, Ape Squad's triangulation up on these under construction points, fantastic rotations, fantastic positioning, and it's a hard one because it's just right out in the open too. I mean, it's very hard to rotate safely without kind of exposing yourself to those line of sight. So the fact they were able to get up cleanly to that crane, rotate off, then get back up on it again is just, fantastic. But Vanguard, you need to take down that crane. Once you're on offense, you need to take down that crane.